Hey there Bakugan fans, welcome back to Bakumentary, your go-to show for competitive Bakugan Battle Planet news, gameplay, deck profiles, and more. I'm your host, RoboSensei, and on today's episode, we are going to be discussing what are my top 10 cards that I would love to have cost 1 energy less in the Bakugan Battle Planet TCG. These are cards that I think if they cost 1 energy less, they'd just be straight up better, or they would bring certain cards into a more playable position. Starting off at number 10, we have our only action on this list, which is Wax. Wax is a 6 energy Chaos action that says to destroy all enemy Evos. This is an incredibly powerful action, being able to destroy 3 or more of your opponent's Evos, but I've always felt that 6 energy has been too much. Multiple Evos in play are becoming less common as things like Aquos Pyrus Nobilious Ultra, and other generic support Bakugan like Darkus Hydorous Ultra and Darkus Fengzor Ultra fitting their way into better decks. This allows it to come online closer to or on turn with bigger Evos, such as Chaos Titan Nillious, Pyrus Titan Dragonoid Ultra, Aurelus Titan Hydranoid Ultra, or Aurelus Titan Dragonoid Ultra, among other things. Next up at number 9 is Darkus Maximus Nillious Ultra. This is a brand new Darkus Evo from the Age of Aurelus expansion that costs 6 energy and brings it up to 1010, with plus 1000B on a shield and plus 20 damage if you control any hero representing Magnus. I think this would be a great Evo to only have cost 5 energy, because it would put it on the same level as Pyrus Titan Dragonoid Ultra and Ventus Titan Trox Ultra with Dan and Winton respectively. I don't think the Magnus effect matters too much, but Darkus as a whole and shields are becoming less and less popular. I think this energy reduction could bring both of those things back into the meta, as well as providing a safe super fuel play on turn 3. Similarly to Maximus Nillious Ultra, we have Aquos Hyper Pegatrix at number 8, which is a 4-cost Aquos Evo that has 903 and plus 400B and plus 8 damage on a shield. My reasoning for this is the same, being that shields are still getting weaker and weaker over time, and this would offer a 700B gain for only 3 energy, which is a little bit above average as Aquos is known for. I think the change to this Evo would be able to speed up the shield deck tremendously, leaving it up to you whether you want to run Maximus or Hyper Nillious as your secondary. Coming in at number 7 is a personal favorite of mine just because I want Helix to work so much. We have Aurelus Hyper Maxotaur Ultra, which is a 2-cost Evo that's at 705, and a Helix core effect that effectively makes it 1008. Being a 200B gain from the base form for 2 energy is pretty weak, and the damage effect doesn't really matter unless you're winning the battle, and compared to other Evos, such as Diamond Trino, which already costs 1 energy, puts you at 1200B, this is an incredibly weak Bakugan in comparison, and I think the energy being lowered to 1 for this would make it extremely playable and maybe even just put Helix on the map, which would make me incredibly happy. Next up is an Evo we've rarely ever seen played, coming in at number 6, which is Darkus Hyper Hydorous Ultra. This is another Evo that only offers a 200B gain from the base form, but this time it already costs 3 energy. Lowering it to 2 energy could make it playable, offering Shadow Strike and a big damage buff. Darkus Hydorous Ultra's base form only comes into the 1050 on a Flaming Fist, and it pales in comparison to stuff like Kouzo, Nobilious, and Hydranoid, which are coming in at 1350 and 1450. In some decks that I've seen using Darkus Hydorous Ultra just because it was able to get that big, I've seen people already replacing it for Chaos Tertonium, which has a much more manageable Evo. Coming in at number 5 is our first hero card on this list, which is Magnus Ultimate Rival from the brand new Age of Aurelus. This is a 5-cost Darkus hero that says when you play this, you search your deck for a card and then shuffle your deck. We assume you get to put the card back into your hand, but for right now it doesn't really say what to do with the card. It also says if you have 3 of this in play, your Bakugan get plus 300B and plus 3 damage. This effect isn't too reliable. Sure, getting 909 is nice if you have all 3 of them out, but I wouldn't count on getting all 3 of them out in any circumstance. What I really think about this card is that it should cost 1 energy less, because it would put it on par with Dan and Winton and Leah, which are other powerful 4-cost heroes, and also would allow the game to have more search. I always think that consistency is king, and how more consistent can you get than being able to search for the cards that you need to play them? Ignoring the B power and damage gain effect for having 3 of them in play, I would love to just play this for 4 energy to be able to search for a card. My number 4 spot might be a little bit of a controversial opinion. Dan Kouzo from Age of Aurelus is a 5-cost hero that says all energy cards create 2 energy instead of 1 energy. I think this would be an amazing card to have at 4 energy, because this could speed up the game in several ways. It would allow you to play bigger cards sooner. It would mean that cards that cost more energy, like a lot of stuff in Ventus and stuff in just other factions in general that have absurd energy cost, could be brought out easier because of the effect of being able to make your double energy counts. Putting it at 4 energy puts it on the same level as the other Dans who have also cost 4 energy so far, and would also put it in range of Garganoid's Gaze to be destroyed easier. On top of Garganoid's Gaze, I think it could definitely encourage more hero removal to be played, as stuff like Mantanoid heroes, Vicerox heroes, and Maximus Dragonoid become more popular. At number 3 is another Evo, this time a Pyrus Titan Nobilious Ultra at 5 energy, which is a 1006 and a Magic Shield or Flaming Fist effect giving it plus 500B. This means that on a Magic Shield you're at 2150. Comparing this to the monster that is Aurelus Titan Hydranoid Ultra coming in at 2450 for only 4 energy, there's no reason for this to reach less B for more energy on a better core type. At only 4 energy, I would love to play this to be able to break the 1350 barrier for Nobilious. The top 2 cards in this list are the ones that I feel most strongly about their changes for. Coming in at number 2 is Shun Kazami from Battle Brawlers. This is a 2-cost Aquos hero that says your Evos cost 1 less to play. By playing this for 2 energy, you're effectively spending overall more energy for your Evos. If it only costs 1 energy, you're spending the same amount of energy for the Evo, but you're putting that energy into it ahead of time, meaning that if you have extra energy at the ends of your other turns, you can end up putting that extra energy towards your future Evos. I would love this as if it could still bring your Evos into play 1 turn sooner, except you're ending up paying the energy ahead of time instead of extra energy and then being able to play the Evo early. And finally, coming in at number 1, I think Dark Fortune should only cost 2 energy. Like I said before, consistency is king, and being able to search for cards is the most consistent thing you can do. Evos, aside from actions, are the most powerful cards in your deck, and being able to search for an Evo so that you can play it as soon as possible is going to be an incredibly strong effect. A lot of powerful Evos cost 3 energy, and being able to play this on turn 2 ensures that you have that 3 energy Evo going into turn 3. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I thought I'd try something different with this video. It was sort of scripted, but not fully scripted. I read out a general outline and I just kinda winged it through there. Hopefully it turned out great, and I hope you guys like it. I might do this content more in the future. Follow me on Twitter at the RoboSensei, subscribe on YouTube for more insightful Bakugan content. Aurelus Titan